Welcome to Dr. Dana's Diary and welcome back to my top 10 lists of things that went strange during a conference. Now, I may have mentioned it before. Scientific conferences are really great events. I really like the exchange of knowledge part. This conference I'm talking about today was a conference in Venice, Italy. And it was located not in the city center of Venice, but on Lido di Venezia. You know, in one of these theaters where the movie stars meet sometimes. So it was a really nice location. And yeah, we had a couple of really large rooms. And this was already a couple of sessions into the week. So I have seen and heard a couple of interesting talks. And now this was going to be my session. And I was pretty nervous. Why? Well, like I said, it was a pretty large room. Actually, we were in a theater that would contain 200 people. Now, of course, it wasn't filled to the last place. But still, I felt pretty nervous and under stress. Of course, before the session started, I went onto the stage and uploaded my slides, so everything was prepared, and I met the session chair, so the person that would lead us through this session, and everything seemed fine. So I went down again and settled in my chair and waited for the first talk to happen, because mine was going to be the second one, and before mine there was supposed to be, one of these plenary talks of half an hour. So I was like, okay, I still have half an hour to go when the session chair went up on stage. Now, I became a bit, more nervous when I saw that apparently the session chair seemed nervous. He was looking around and whispering with somebody also on the stage, and then he switched his microphone on and was like, "Is the first speaker around? If you're around, please come on stage." But nobody moved. And then he asked whether any of us know the first speaker or has seen him. And again, nobody really showed any sign of, nothing. However, then somebody came into the room and no, it wasn't the speaker. The session chair asked again if he is the speaker. No. But he knew actually the speaker and was like, "Yeah, I know him. But I haven't seen him yet at the conference." And it wasn't the first day of the conference, so always a bad sign. Now, what happened then is really out of the ordinary, because usually you would then, as a session chair, decide to make a break and continue on schedule with the next talk precisely at the time where this was scheduled. And the reason for that is quite simple. It is simply because you have not just one session, but there are multiple parallel sessions. And you will always have people that want to switch. Like, I'm going to listen to the first talk here, and then the remaining session I will go into this room. Or, something like this. Switching rooms is totally normal. So usually everybody is trying to stick to the timetable. Only this session chair was apparently worried because some people were already starting to get up and leave the room, and he was really worried that he would have an empty room afterwards. So he asked, "Is the second speaker around?" And I needed a moment to realize that he was talking about me. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here." And he said, "Oh, come on stage. And I was like, "Why?" But okay, way too polite to have said this out loud, so I went on stage. And he was like, "You are next. But doesn't matter, go now. And you even have not just your 20 minutes please take the remaining 25 minutes of this lecture as well. And I was like, what? Yeah. What else can we do? There is nobody around. You are going next. And it happened all so fast. I don't know. I hardly remember what happened then. I must have gotten a microphone apparently, and they put my slides on, and suddenly I was standing alone on this huge front of the theater, and everybody was looking at me, and I was like, shit. Now I'm going to fill not 20, but 45 minutes. But I had only prepared slides for 20 minutes. So my slides didn't give more. So I was extremely nervous right away. But then I started. I was like, okay, I have to do it somehow. So I introduced my topic, put on the next slide with the introduction. And the only thought on my mind the whole time was, okay, you have twice the time. Speak slow, speak clear, and always add some additional explanation to what you're saying. Just double the amount of time. Just double the amount of time. With every slide that came up, it was like, okay, here you just wanted to say one sentence about the setup. Make it 2 or 3. And actually it worked. It really worked. And this talk actually made me realize that I do not need many slides in order to give a good and solid presentation. Just a couple of slides were enough to fill this 40 minutes of talk, and then I had 5 minutes of a really great, intense discussion afterward. Now, of course, from my perspective, it was really great. I learned, like I said, I can give talks without too many slides. And I had great questions. However, what happened after 25 minutes was that people were coming in and they saw that I was already at the summary. And you could see at their faces that some of them were like, what? How can she be at the summary when the last speaker must have just finished? So afterwards I had lots and lots of work of explaining to a couple of colleagues what I had presented beforehand. But apart from that, for me, it went really well. But like I said, for the listeners that came in, it was not so great. So yeah, someone's joy is somebody else's depression. Well, they were really unhappy. But apart from that, yeah, like I said, it was a good opportunity for me to present my stuff and to learn really what I'm able to do regarding presentation skills. I hope you never have an experience like this where they just, throw you into the cold water. It's always better to be prepared, believe me. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and next time I promise you on rank number 8 is something really funny.